Okay, so it's actually a lovely sunny day, but it's actually pretty cold, and we're at the end of March now, and kind of by now I've probably put all the fertiliser on the fields. I've normally done that, but it's actually not really very good time to put it on yet because it's still too cold for the grass to grow. So I'm holding off on putting the fertiliser on for a little bit, hoping it'll warm up. In the meantime, I've got this on. I've got the chain arrows on, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But you can just see, this is crazy, right? Let me just have a look over here. So it's a spring, in theory a spring day, and spring is supposed to be officially here. But I've still got a little bit of snow on the ground. And there we go, let's have a look. Look at that, we're in March, and well, for me that's unusual. I don't normally get that situation down here in the south of Gloucestershire. It is melting. There was a lot more yesterday, but it's going. And I can see, if I just zoom over to the hills, let's have a look. You can actually see some still on the hills up towards Bath. You can just make out the white in the... There it is, look. Got a good zoom on here. Anyway, let's have a look what I'm actually really trying to achieve today. So, I thought I won't do any fertilising because I'm really not going to get anywhere with that for a little bit. But there's some bits of muck and stuff on the ground that need sort of levelling out and breaking up. Lumps like that are just sat there. They've been there for a while. I don't mind picking up muck. And I spread this on there a month ago. Look, I just realised there's even more snow under the hedge there, look. It's still there. So you can see it's not warm enough for any of the grass to grow yet. Big lump of muck up here. Look at that. That's fallen out the side of the muck spreader when I started up, I think. And it's not it's gonna sit there, and the grass isn't gonna grow through that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just running the chain harrows over here to break all this up, spread it out, and get a kind of even spread of the muck on the fields. So let's go and have a look at my hedge trimmer. No, hedge trimmer, chain arrow. Okay, so like all the kit on we got on this farm, this is pretty old, and I've used this for a long time, but probably only use it maybe 5 hours a year, and not every year. I didn't use it last year. I'm using it this year because I've got a little bit of time, and that field is a bit clogged with muck. But you can see what it is. The sort of little spikes here that rub in the ground, and they sort of drag along the ground. They break up everything. So what I've got to do is I've got to flip this frame over. So this is going to come out. Let me just go around this side. It's like a couple of wings, really, isn't it? So one's going to go that way, one's going to go that way. Got my tripod there so you can watch me what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go up and down here breaking this up. So let's go and sort this out. Oh, and by the way, as you can see, it's quite old. There's a few broken bits. I've got a substitute chain there. That should be linking through there, but that's broken. And these are a little bit worn. At some point I'm gonna have to get a new one. If anyone wants to send me a free a free chain arrows, tractor, muck spreader, new parlour, slurry store, anything else, you can send that to me. Alright, anyway, let's fold this out. Okay, so that's the one side. Okay, let's go. doing the chain harrowing, I'm doing about 5 miles an hour, which is quite slow. There's no point in speeding up on this because the slower the better, really. So what I do here is I've set the chain harrow so that the metal frame that the chains are held in is just above the grass level. Not exact science, but the chains are dangling on the floor, on the ground. And the reason for that is I find that if you have the frame scrubbing on the floor, what it does, it can sort of groove up and stuff and leave marks. Whereas if you just got the chain hanging down, you don't have that problem. And I have to confess, I do like this job. And the reason I like this job is it's quite relaxing, really. You haven't really got to concentrate, because to be honest, it's not like mowing where if you miss a bit, or fertiliser spilling where you miss a bit, where you go over the wrong bit and you put too much fertiliser on, or you don't mow the right bit. It doesn't really matter if I'm off centre or something. There you go, just look behind. And I usually have the radio on. I'm a bit of a Radio 2 man, I'm afraid. I'm an old boy, so I like the Radio 2. Radio 1's like a foreign land to me now. And I like a bit of Radio 2, and do you know what? This is probably one of the few times where I can sit down, have the thoughts to myself and not have to concentrate on the actual job, because most things you do have to think what you're doing, but this is pretty well up and down. And also, because I'm not doing a lot of this, it's a bit of a novelty. I think if I was doing hundreds and hundreds of acres of this, I'd be like, oh, chain harrowing again. But I'm only doing a couple of fields. The rest of the fields aren't that bad. So I'm only really doing, I don't know, I'm only probably going to do 10 acres if that, which isn't a big area. But yeah, so here we go. So the chain is basically the spikes are just digging in a little bit. I'm just going round and round. It's, you know, imagine mowing your lawn and you've got to do an area like that. I'm just doing an area like that, and I'm having quite a nice day. It's actually a lovely sunny day, and there is actually blue sky, which you don't see very often. Right, anyway, I'm going to crack on. Okay, so I think I've just about finished now. I'm just gonna, let me just lift this up. So we're gonna, oh, I'll use that actually. Oh, that's too high. Oh, I'm just gonna lower this down so that I can fold, oh, too low. It's too high and it's too difficult. I've got to fold this up. There we go, right, let's get out and I'll just pack this up. Right, just before I go, we'll have just a quick look at what it's actually done. Okay, so we can see here it's pretty well broken up all the muck that was on the ground. So you can still see the muck. I mean, that was a big pile that was there earlier. You can still see bits of muck. There's a little bit there, but it's mostly strawy kind of stuff going around the ground, and they've done a pretty good job, really. So. It's certainly better than leaving it capped on the top. Anyway, I'm going to take this back up the farm for lunch and hopefully start some fertiliser spreading maybe next week.